Hey, what's going on, guys? 19 series here. I'm Jake,
I'm Dave.
and we got a somewhat of a little update for you here. We were able to sit down earlier in the week with the brain behind the Certified Hunter program. Um, got a lot of good information, a lot of information we can't release yet, but we're gonna give you what we can give you, I guess.
Yeah, so we sat down with Tyler and talked, and this is it's pretty much just a pilot year. This is something that he didn't really expect to take off,
Yeah,
but ultimately it did, and people found out like us, and
yeah.
people started talking about it like us.
Even with he even said they're trying to keep it somewhat low key and not put a whole lot out there, and even at that point they're still getting a lot of overwhelming interest, which is I think is awesome.
Yeah, so from what he was saying, there's a ton of hunter interest, but it seemed to be lacking a little bit in
The landowner.
the landowners. But he said he also had a lot of farmers he was going to meet with. So
Yeah,
that very well could just be a slower process, because if you think about it, there's probably a 20-to-1 scale on hunter to landowner ratio.
and if you think about the number of landowners that you've gone to and they're like, yeah, no, we don't let anyone hunt anymore. Someone was like I had one say they were leaving dead doves, they're leaving trash.
Yeah, and
So
even though this is a certified program where everybody's vetted, there's still going to be some old guys out there that don't want people on their property.
yeah,
And
that's
that's,
fine.
yeah, it's fine. It is
I
what
mean,
it is. But yeah, we got some questions answered. Like, so all of the equipment for the testing process is going to be provided to you. You're going to get study guides. You're going to get a place to take the test. And with the marksman test, you actually can use, you can go there, you take your bow, you can take your rifle, and you can take your shotgun. And you can test with all three if you want. But he did specify and say there's no point in using two different caliber rifles to test with, because
yeah.
once your rifle's certified, that's it.
Yeah, you're certified on all.
Yeah.
So, which is nice because that means, say you've got a 223 and you got a 30-06 and you take your 30-06 and you're like, well, I have 30-06, but my 223 shoots better, you know?
Yeah. So now that that doesn't mean you can take a crossbow, qualify with that, and then you're qualified with a compound.
No,
That's
no, you
not the
don't.
same
No,
thing.
no.
That is not the same thing. But yeah, we started talking a little bit more with Tyler, and he pretty much just flat out said that this is not something the state's doing to make money.
No,
They're
it's purely for deer control.
Yeah, like this is specifically for us and the landowners
Yeah,
to help them make more money with their crops and bridge that gap
yeah,
between guys like you and I and someone who has a ton of property that's skeptical of letting people use. So it's pretty cool. And with that, like while he was out there, he was talking about going out in the field and seeing, he said he's seen 251 deer in one field using night vision while he was out talking with landowners and doing the game commission thing, doing that stuff.
I don't think I've seen 250 deer in a full night of spotting,
In
let
a
alone
damn
one
week.
field.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. So it's definitely, it goes to show you it needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We need programs like this. But
Yeah.
yeah. Another cool thing is he mentioned the about sharing the harvest, about donating some of that meat. I liked that because
Yeah.
he actually, someone sent him the link from our podcast and he sat down and listened to it, and that was pretty cool because
Yeah.
it's like, damn, it actually made it somewhere. And then he mentions a lot of the same things we mentioned while we were talking with him. So donating the meat is, I really like that he brought that up.
Yeah. It's something I've never been able to do, and it's something I'd like to be able to do.
Yeah, because in reality, if we're doing this program, I'm not going to be able to use all that meat. It's got to go somewhere.
I'm not going to be able to eat 5, 6, 7 deer in a year.
No. But let's talk about that. So, all of us were denied.
We weren't denied.
No, we were put on a wait list.
Which it doesn't mean
So,
you're denied.
Until they make this program broader, we're denied.
I got faith. So I don't know if I think we're able to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
So with the pilot phase being in the southwest portion of the state, they're trying to keep a lot of the applicants to the southwest portion of the state. So what that means is your guys that are, coming from Strasburg, Philly, that eastern to north central eastern portion of the state, not really conducive to be
guys reach out from like the Pocono area.
Yeah. Not really conducive to be driving, 6 hours to, shoot some deer off a field.
Yeah, now from what he was saying is we're all gonna be put on a wait list until this thing gets more established and he can open it up to a broader area, to more of a, I don't want to say statewide because he didn't say statewide, but just a larger scale, I guess you would say, where they find more areas that need this same thing done.
Yeah, so I'm holding out faith.
Sorry, I gotta get a drink here.
We'll rip it for your morning, huh?
Wake me up.
Because as we're still a couple months out from when they want to launch it and start it. Can't really put that out yet, I don't think. But by that time, he can pick up more landowners, have more testing done, and if you did apply, like us, after hearing our first episode on it, and you did get waitlisted as well, you can keep some faith in the fact that we still have time before they want this to roll out. He can always pick up more landowners, bigger tracts of land.
Yeah, so and honestly, I'm kind of A-okay with being put on a wait list until a further date, because that means he's doing this the right way. Tyler told us that he's not going to have a ton of guys on each property. He's not making these farms game lands.
Yeah.
He's got numbers that need met. Certain people are going to be there at a certain time. It's not anything where you're like, free game now, go get it. No, he's doing a very, very good job. And the Game Commission as a whole is managing the logistics side. We were very skeptical of the logistics side, but after speaking with them, very professional, very, very trusting.
Very, very open guy. Like, he really did not hold back a whole lot with us. And I'm assuming we're trying to get him on later in the year here, and I'm assuming, he's going to be the same when we have him on as well, because he laid it all out for us for the most part.
He didn't hide anything. Once we're back stateside, he said to get a hold of him, and he actually mentioned going hunting. Yeah. So, but really good people, and I trust what they're doing. I trust everything that the decisions they're making, because they know more than I do.
Yeah.
And hey, it is what it is, man.
Yeah. So
I got faith in them. So I'll wait it out, and when it opens up, it opens up.
That's not something you hear too often. You hear a lot of negative, the Game Commission doesn't know.
I know.
I tell you that everything, for the most part, that they do has a reason. And the reason behind this is fantastic, in my opinion.
I think most people hate them just to hate them.
Yeah, they need somebody to blame for not seeing deer 5 yards off the road.
Yeah, they got to have something to bitch about. And it's almost like the more you hunt, the more effort you put in, the more you appreciate the people in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Because without them, it would be a total shit show.
We want to have a deer herd.
Yeah, it would be a total shit show.
If we didn't have antler restrictions put back in the 2000s, we would not have the deer herd we have today. You know what I mean?
But, so that's a kind of wrap that little portion of this podcast up. There's nothing more I have to say on it. It's
nothing more we can really
say on it. Mean,
aside from
wait it out.
Yeah. I'm excited, though.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see how this program goes.
I am, too. I was really, really hoping to get picked, but It is what it is. Me, you, Matt, my dad, all of us got waitlisted.
Still
Decline.
a chance. Nah, there's still a chance.
No, it'll happen. It's just probably not this year. It's okay.
There's
always next year.
Yeah, and if you think about it, it's better. Think about it as buying like buying a new car or a new phone. You don't really want to buy that first year of that new car or phone.
I do.
Yeah, you rich bastard.
No, I want to buy this program, is what I'm saying.
But he's going to have a lot of... So if you wait, 6 months to a year after that new thing comes out, a lot of the kinks are going to be worked out of it for the most part. You know what I mean? So who's to say if we don't get into it this year at all, but we get into it next year, it could be a little more smoother, a little more streamlined. Yeah.
But I will say, guys, if you have not done it, go on to the PA.gov and register for this program.
Yeah.
Do it, because what's it going to hurt for you? I mean, get on there, sign up. Even if you don't get selected this year, cool. You always got next year. You got the year after that. It's free.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Is this is not a cash cow for them?
No, yeah, it's free. Just get on there and do it. I mean, what do you got to lose?
So
it's 100% worth it, in my opinion. But all right, Jake, let's start to wrap this thing up here. I got one question for you this week. We're gonna start doing a question every week. I think I like this idea.
Okay.
So, if you could kill a 150 once every 3 years, or 3 does every year, which would you do and why?
I don't know. If I'm killing a 150 every
3 years,
am I still killing deer in those 3 years?
Nope, that's it. Once every 3 years, you kill at least a 150. Now this is in Pennsylvania, so that's a toad. That's
one hell of a stud.
Yeah. Or 3 does every year.
So 150, that's the only deer I kill. And
I figured this would be a good question because it kind of lines up with.
I mean,
the whole deer herd. Like, are you a big doe hunter? Or are you not? Type of deal with the hunter certified program.
I mean, I'll shoot whatever's legal. To be honest,
I know that. But yeah, well, which would you take? Would you take the 150, or are you taking 3 does a year?
It's tough because I haven't shot a nice buck since 2017. Almost 10 years. Damn.
To make you think.
Yeah, I would like. Don't get me wrong. I would like a nice deer. Like I said, I haven't shot a nice buck since 2017, but I've shot does in that time.
Yeah.
Like every year, I've shot at least every year I've shot a doe. Does every 3 years or every year?
3 does every year. So you're slamming does, or a 150 every 3 years.
Honestly, I'm probably gonna have to go with the does just for the meat factor, because I don't know if I can go 3 years without any deer meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because 3 years would get long.
Like I said, I've gone 10 years without killing a good buck now. So
yeah, I'm just saying, you go 3 years without harvesting anything, you're starting to get a little discouraged.
Yeah.
I think I would take the does too.
Yeah, simply for not just for the harvest factor, but simply for the meat factor out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. Not for just the sake of shooting something, but for the harvest of the meat. You know what I mean?
I thought you were probably expecting me to take the buck.
You shoot it like a 150 every year, so what does it matter?
No. But I don't know if I could keep myself motivated enough to go out for 3 years straight and not take a shot.
I don't think I've ever had a dry spell that was 3 years. Maybe when I first started,
I get just as much excitement out of shooting a slick head as I do a buck. I don't.
Your heart starts racing.
Yeah,
just the same. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes more. Those will pick you out.
Yeah.
Them big nanny does, they'll stand up there and stomp the foot. They pick you out of anything. Or you catch a buck while he's rutting. He's stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
He's like, oh, what's that? Okay, see ya.
Yeah. But, yeah, I figured we'd do a little fun question. So we both picked the does.
It's just one of those things where it's
That's a Pennsylvania mindset.
I don't know. You can kind of see things shifting in PA. A lot more people in PA probably would have chosen block.
You think so?
Without a doubt.
I think we're pretty doe heavy state where guys aren't opposed. Like you got guys in the Midwest who are just, I don't want to shoot does. I want to shoot bucks, and that's it.
A lot of it's on the ratio. Like our ratio is way out of balance in PA.
Yeah.
Whereas out in the Midwest, they're a little more. Their ratio is a little more balanced. It's big country, so they're moving a little more than they are in PA. They're not sticking to like one valley.
I don't want to dig too deep into it, but you see, so I listen to a decent amount of hunting podcasts, and you hear these guys talk about how they know they need to kill this many does for their property to be, we'll call it successful, right? To be balanced, to be a happy medium, but they don't.
No,
it's like. Why? Do you shaming it or something? Like, what's so wrong with?
Yeah,
what's wrong with shooting does?
When I was younger, I wouldn't say there would be like shame on shooting a doe, but you don't see a whole lot. You never saw a lot of people posting does on social media.
Oh boy, I don't care at all.
No,
I love it. Yeah, I love it. So. It's just as much of a success mark as a buck for me. Don't get me wrong. Yes. Bucks are harder to kill, especially mature bucks. I get it. I've done it. But hey, you're going out there, you're putting the work in. I'll shoot a doe every day if I could.
Yeah. I mean,
yep.
Send it,
I'm all about it. But all right. Yeah. Let's wrap this baby up. Hit that follow button. Hit subscribe. And
hit the share button.
Yeah. Hit the share. A lot of people hit the share button for us. Hit the share button. Keep doing that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But all right, guys. We will catch you on Wednesday. We got a spicy one coming.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun one. I really enjoy it. I really like this idea.
Yeah. Wednesday's gonna be cool. Hit those buttons. See it.